Hi, I'm David Foltz, and this is Core 4 Bushcraft. Core is spelled with a K for Kentucky because I love that place. And what I'm going to talk about today is a special bag that is retired for the year. I keep this in my car in the winter time, and it's like a, if I get stranded, you got a get home bag, but it's separate from this. It's got stuff you might need. And this is a cold weather bag. This is just for a very specific purpose we're going to talk about, like right now. I started out, I got a Pathfinder, a 20-liter dry bag is what I'm using for this. Keep it in my car in the winter time. And what I keep this for is we had a really rough winter. We had an actual winter. We had a couple of weeks solid. Every single day was sub-zero weather. And so I threw this in there for a little added protection in addition to my get home bag, which I'll probably get that and go over with you all, and would love to hear what you think about it, like what, if I've got too much or what I need to add, or just, in the comments. We're here to learn together. But what I keep in this 20-liter dry bag for super cold weather is, first thing I got is I got me a pair of these Arctic mittens. These are Air Force surplus. They're so hardy. They're leather and wool, and they go all the way up your arm. And the warmest gloves on earth are probably snowmobile mittens. So the fact that these are mittens, keep your fingers all together. And I've got liners in them, and these liners looks like the two thumb thing hanging down, but it's for a shooting finger. So these just slip right out and you can shoot. You have a shooting finger inside both of these. Arctic mittens, surplus mittens, are super inexpensive. I got in a hurry at a gun show and bought these and got home, and like an idiot, I had like two rights, I have two of the same hand because I'm stupid. So I took them back, and I goes, yeah, man. He goes, yeah, go ahead, you'll pick you another pair. I got these, are like virtually brand new. Beautiful pair. They're like $15, and they're lined with wool on the inside. And I can tell you right now, you're not going to get a whole lot done. There's zero dexterity, but by gosh, you'll stay warm. So if I got to get out in the car and it's sub-zero temperatures, I've got my good old Arctic mittens. I got a string holding them together, so I can put them around my neck, and that way I can put them on, use them, and then drop them and do whatever. If you need some dexterity, and then put them back on. So those are in the old dry bag. Next in the dry bag, I've got I got this from Self-Reliance Outfitters, and it's a wool watch cap. This thing is so hot. You can't really wear this anytime. These things you're going to stay, I don't care how cold it is. This will keep your noggin warm, and I need the extra protection. This is a wool watch cap. I keep that in this bag if I need it. If I get stranded and I got to walk home, or for any environment where my car breaks down and I have to get out of my car and do anything, if I'm just standing there waiting for a wrecker or the state police, boom, there's my mittens, there's my watch cap. If it's super cold weather, which I don't need these right now. We're getting into almost my favorite time of the year. My favorite time of the year is the fall. I'll talk about these a second. These are wool booties. And these are like extra long. These are synthetic. They're Chinese synthetic stuff. It looks like wool. I like to see the fake sheep they take these off of. And I heard they're very merciful when they take their hide off. So here's the fake tall booties. But what I'm going to show you, these are the liners for my surplus mucklucks. And what I did with these, and that's it for the bag. That is all I have in this bag. I got a pair of mittens, a pair of boots, and the liners for the boots, and a wool watch cap. And what you have with your Arctic boots, your mucklucks, I think these are also Air Force surplus. These are used. They're in really good condition. I think I paid like $49 for these online, and I'll talk about the beautiful orange strings in a second. But what it is, you get stranded It's sub-zero temperatures. You got to walk home, and I've already got a good layers. I've got like I'll usually be wearing anyways a t-shirt, one of these shirts, and jacket, and then a winter coat. There's 4 layers. You're good to go. My pants, I just wear blue jeans. I just don't get cold. I moved up in the Northeast, upstate New York for 11 years. I can take the cold. So blue jeans, Arctic boots, mittens, 4 layers. Daddy's good to go. I don't care how cold it is. But when you get your, I had a learning curve with these boots. They're cloth. They're very flexible. They breathe. Got the good rubber sole, and they are huge. There's 3 sizes. You got like I guess a small, medium, and large. And but I have a small foot. I have a 7.5, but it's wide. And so when I got these, I got like a medium, and they were huge. So I ended up getting these. I think these are the small, and they're still big. The mistakes I made when I bought these is the liners. I got like I had wool soles, not liners, but the bottom pad of your foot. I got wool, and I got alpaca wool, which is really warm. And the problem is I got them the size of my foot. So when I put those pads that fit my my little foot inside these, it was like you're standing on the top of a 2x4. You're wanting to turn. So what I did was I ordered a sheet of wool. I suggest if you get these, don't get foot liners, stuff that goes to the bottom of shoes. That is your shoe size. Don't do that. Get a sheet of something, like if you want wool or alpaca, whatever liner you're going to use in the bottom of these, get a sheet and make it the size of the bottom of these. It's really wide. So that's what I did. I think I've got, I'll just pull them out here and show you. I got there it is. I got wool. I got wool liner, and this is way bigger than my foot. And then I got these alpacas. They're about the size of my foot. And I think I put them underneath. No, I put those on top. So I'm standing there. I really need to get alpaca and make it bigger. So the white one is the alpaca. It's about the size of my foot. And the black one is actually the size of the inside of the boot, which is what you want. Both of these should actually be that size, so you're not teeter-tottering with your foot inside them. But by the time you put this on, you slip this over your foot, it comes up to the top of the boot, and then you put these are wool liners, and you put this over top of this, and you could put your bare foot in it if you wanted to. You'll probably have socks. If your socks are dry, make sure they're, you have dry socks, put your dry socks into this, and you will stay toasty, and I don't care how cold it gets. You'll probably be in better shape than if you didn't have this stuff. And something I added, my nephew, Hey Drew, who's in the Air Force right now, he just turned 26. He's been in the Air Force for 6 years. He turned me on to orange. I could care less about something that's orange, but Drew liked orange. Now I like orange. And what I did was my strings for my mucklucks, I got them up here. You tie these, the tops, that brings them around your calf, and then you got your laces. I bought Survivor cord, and the Survivor cord is like paracord, except it has 3 more strands. Paracord has 7 strands, and then Survivor cord has got 10. In addition to the 7 strands, you have a wire, like a metal wire, which you can make, it'll conduct electricity if you needed that for anything, but it will also make a snare for little critters, Hasenpfeffer, like rabbits. And also it has monofilament fishing line, a strand of that. And it has a strand of jute twine that's soaked in wax, red wax for fire starter. So you've got all that. You could like paracord, you could take the guts out of this, take this out of your shoe, take all the guts out, and just have the outside wrapper, and just and use that to tie your boots back up. So that's what these are. And I have a page on Facebook called Fans of Bushcraft Packs, Bags, and Pouches. Check that out on Facebook. My name is David Fultz, and thank you so much for checking out my Sub-Zero winter bag that I keep in my car when it's rough weather, not when it's super cold. And this is David Fultz for Core 4 Bushcraft. Thanks a lot. Oh,